Welcome to Business Manifest. This channel is all about manifesting your dreams. I get to live in a place that I think is very beautiful. I don't have to get up and punch an alarm clock. I can get up whenever I wish. I get to live as I want, when I want, without anybody telling me how to mask up and do my job. In fact, there is no job, and there is no manipulation of business tactics and neuro-linguistic programming. This is an entirely different model. You know, in a perfect world, we would be able to just go to someone and get what we want, and the things that we did, we would just give out of our abundance and love to someone else for free. However, we're not in that world. We're still stuck in Babylon, a world of commerce, a world of manipulation and greed and taking from other people. And it's the goal of this channel to show a half step, a step that is reasonable and in laws with manifestation. Some people refer to it as the law of attraction, but in fact it's actually 12 laws that all have to work together. But even much more than that is the development of the person, mind, body, soul, and spirit. When you get all of this in alignment and you get all of this in check and you bring a value to the world, you can very rapidly manifest business and have all of the value returned to you that you need. But first, you have to present value to someone else. So we're going to be covering those topics: how to come up with your idea, how to make and set up your business, how to put forth value into the world that is uniquely you. And I believe it's very important at this time in the world, not just because of us moving into a new age, but because it's time for us to grow and to ascend our consciousness to a much higher level. And we can't do that when we're tied down to a 9-to-5 that we just hate. Or even a job that you might like for a while becomes very monotonous and boring. And quite frankly, I want to share with you what I've discovered, the way that I can live where I want to, how I want to, and when I want to. It's a life of absolute freedom. It's a life that can only be afforded by not working as a slave, which some people refer to as an employee, for someone else. Because when you work for someone else, the majority of your value is taken by the person between you and the person doing the purchase. So here we're going to be discussing how to find your idea, how to find emotional blockages within yourself that will have to be removed, how to identify and remove limiting mental programs that we've inherited from our parents, from our society, from our government, and every other source that seeks to control us. So it's a process of unbinding and letting ourself grow into the being that is abundant. And so this is a very holistic body of information, and it's not just as simple as, well, I'm just going to do this, pay this, and expect this return on investment. This requires that you clear your energy channels. This requires that you get your emotions right, that you become the source of every good thing in your life, and that you give and bring value to other people. And then that value will automatically return to you multiplied. Because in nature, 1 + 1 is 3 or more. It's not 2. It's not the sterile, logical, mathematical Western mentality that we have had all of these years. You know, that mentality that has led to continuous, ongoing, unceasing wars. Wars against other countries, wars against freedom and mankind, wars against the earth by industrial, chemical warfare, agriculture, the poisoning and strip mining of the earth. These are things that have to go away now. And we're going to show you how exactly you can begin to develop this process. We're going to show you how to find the inspiration and connect with your higher self. We're going to show you all of the steps of the processing of your own energetic channels and emotions and energetic and spiritual body to be able to manifest into the world the existence of that which you had only envisioned at one time. And unlike other manifesting courses, this is about actually producing something good. Yes, it's true, if I were going to dig a swimming pool right here, I could get out a shovel and do it myself and work hard. I could meditate and intend, and if my energy channels were right, eventually somebody would probably show up and dig this pool for me. But it might take an entire lifetime. And we want to accelerate that process. We want to move that along so that we can get these things done quickly. And the only way that you can accelerate that is to go and provide value and allow it to return. These plants behind me, for example, as we learned in permaculture, if we let this sit as it is, it's going to look like this after 100 years from the decimation that was done by the railroad for profit. However, if we get out here and we trim and we make mulch and we accelerate the process and we plant new seeds, we begin to create a multiplication of our effort. And the more living systems that we can put into this, from the bugs to the sun to the wind to the water to the plants to the various types of plants to the microbiology, the fungi, the nematodes and the bacteria in the soil, as we begin to bring all of this together to work in concert, we wind up with a multiplied effort that accelerates a process that could take thousands of years to happen in just 5 or 10 years. And in a similar way, whenever we bring the life of other people into ours and we serve others with our life, what returns is always multiplied. And it's not about competition, because nature cooperates. Nature does not truly compete in the way that we've been taught by the scientific prophets of this world. So we want to work with the natural systems, work with the very foundation of who we were made in our heart to be, and not work in an artificial world anymore. And once the world has come to this place where we can easily do business and exchange value and grow as our private alternative economies and our agorist markets provide everything that we need and more, eventually we may be able to step in at the next age, or as people mature in communities and groups, to freely give whatever we produce, and produce only out of the abundance of our heart and the excitement and the joy of doing something. And this is a process that I believe some people can already achieve, but in the meantime, while we're still interfacing with Babylon, let's build a business. You know, let's show you how to put together the web pages. Let's show you how to put together the inspirations and how to actually market this. And not just on a physical level, in fact, maybe not at all on a physical level, but from a spiritual level. So what might that look like? Well, take this as an example that I've seen in my own life. At one time I needed money. I had lost a business that I had been doing. I took up a job with another company temporarily, and then of course that company shut down and laid off 2/3 of the workers, including me. And that left me in a very hard situation. And there were times where I would put out energy, the signal, the prayer, the request to the Creator, to the universe, and within minutes the phone would ring and the amount of money I needed to the dollar would come in. And while that's possible, those things only come in because other things have been set on stage before that event can happen. And so we need to learn how to set that stage so that those events can happen. So, for example, I had found a Valentis coffee product that produced coffees and hot chocolate and a few other little energy drinks, and I thought that it was a good product. It worked within my moral framework and my belief system of not having harsh chemicals and poisons in my food, and so I could feel good about selling this to another person. So in this process, I'm able to then not go out and play the numbers where you have to approach 200 people and hope you get your 2 or 3 sales that day, but instead I was able to drop down into meditation, expand my spirit out, and bless others and present my offer in the spirit to these people in this town. And then I just sat still waiting for inspiration. And then when inspired, I'm able to go to a location and I'll find somebody that might just be kind of standing around looking a little lost or just being friendly on a sidewalk. I can walk straight up to them and tell them, hey, this is my name, how you doing? This is what I'm offering and this is why I'm offering it. And 9 out of 10 times that person will say, that is exactly what I was just thinking I wanted and I didn't know where to get it. So instead of struggling and doing marketing and playing the numbers and the games to get a return on investment, I was able to sit down in peaceful meditation in a space that grows my spirit, that centers me and makes me feel amazing, and then when inspired, take an action and go and present the product and come back with the money in hand for that day's work, and still have the remaining 12 hours of the day to do whatever I wanted to. And this is just one example of how this can work. So if you're interested in this sort of thing, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Check out the link below in the description. We're going to be offering a course that teaches this in an accelerated remote learning manner. We're going to do live webinars and trainings. It's probably going to be a 12-week event. And if you want to really accelerate your learning and to actually have a business set up and running by the end of this course, then I invite you to check out the link in the description, and also be sure to check out the website. This link is also in the description, and sign up for the email list so you can receive notices when this course goes live, because this is not like anything else out there. This isn't just contemplating my navel button. This isn't just doing business. In fact, this really isn't doing business at all like the normal business, but it's about putting our value out there and how to structure and build an online business and to set the stage so that all the pieces are there and the offers are made primarily in the spirit and also in the physical, so that we can receive a return on value. And everything that you do to have an accelerated spiritual business, to have business manifest for you, has to be in the spiritual, in the energetic, and in the physical. So it requires action. It absolutely does. It requires spiritual and personal development. Absolutely. It requires you to remove limiting beliefs and programs. And this is very difficult for some people, but we're going to walk you through that. And it also requires that we deal with the traumas that may be stored in our bodies and in our energetic fields. Those traumas, those stuck energies that can cause disease, illness, low energy, loss of motivation, and a loss of excitement and joy for life. And so this is an organic growing process that's going to be different for each and every single one of you, because everybody has got a different code, if you will, or a different set of circumstances and lives and values and likes and talents and gifts that they brought with them to this life. And so we're going to navigate through this and show you a broad range of tools to very quickly develop yourself. Now, maybe I shouldn't say very quickly, but if you're willing to work through it, and if you're willing to let go of your baggage and your trash and let the old life, all the old stuff go, and begin anew and fresh and with excitement, it will move fast. If you are distracted with doing a job, for example, or if you have got things you're not quite willing to let go of in belief patterns and emotional trauma, then this process could take substantially longer for you to achieve. But it's the goal of this channel to put this information out there, and to also offer online education where you can do this at a self-paced course, as well as live events in person where you can really fast track this, where you can get the mastermind and the multiplied energy of all of our lives together to create an event that is absolutely life-changing in a very short time. So again, check out the description for the links to the website. Be sure to sign up for the email list to be notified of when these things become available. We're going to be offering these classes 3 times a year, so enrollment is limited because we have to keep the numbers down to offer a quality of service to you, so that each and every person attending can leave with a functional business and the inspiration to find what exactly it is they're offering. And also, these courses are not offered on a year-round basis right now, because we have to do these in person, and I can only do so many a year, and I really enjoy just being out in nature. So that's where I'm going to spend most of my year, is doing exactly what brings joy and life and love into my life and my heart. So again, thank you for coming. Have a great day. You're invited to click the links in the description, and I'll see you soon.